My report is about Individualized Education Program. Individualized Education Program or IEP. This is a plan or program developed to ensure that a child with an identified disability who is attending an elementary or secondary educational institution receives specialized instruction and related services. So, binuo itong programa na ito para ma-ensure yung mga batang may disability ay makaka-receive ng specialized education and other services nila. Binuo itong programa na ito para sa mga student na may disability na gustong matuto o mag-aral para ma-develop ang kanilang potential and mag-succeed soon despite sa kanilang disabilities and ma-achieve ang kanilang goals in life. Contents of the IEP. Number 1 is current information. The IEP must state how the child is currently doing in school. So, dapat nakalagay sa isang IEP kung ano yung mga karaniwang ginagawa ng isang bata sa isang school. Itong current information is kasali dito kung paano makaka-affect yung disability niya sa general curriculum. Number 2 is annual goals. These are goals that a child can reasonably accomplish in a year. So, dapat naka-state din sa contents ng IEP kung ano yung goals ng bata na ma-accomplish niya in a year. The goal must be measurable. So, meaning, dapat mini-measure whether yung isang student ay na-achieve na ang kanyang goals or hindi pa. Next is participation with non-disabled children. The IEP must explain the extent, if any, to which the child will not participate with non-disabled children in the regular class and other school activities. So, dapat naka-state din sa contents ng IEP kung bakit hindi pwedeng makipag-participate yung batang may disability sa isang regular class and kung bakit hindi sila pwedeng sumali sa iba't ibang school activities. Number 4 is participation in state and district-wide test. If a test is not appropriate for the child, the IEP must state why the test is not appropriate and how the child will be tested instead. So, dapat sa IEP, dapat nakalagay din kung bakit may mga test na hindi appropriate sa kanya and kung ano yung mga test na iti-take niya instead. Number 5 is dates and places. The IEP must state when services will begin and how long they will last. So, nakalagay din sa contents ng IEP kung hanggang kailan sila magsisimula at kailan sila matatapos. Number 6 is needed transition services. Beginning when the child is age 16 or younger if appropriate, the IEP must state what transition services are needed to help the child prepare for leaving school. So, nasa content din ng IEP kung ano yung mga services na kailangan para makatulong sa isang batang may disability sa pag-alis niya sa loob ng paaralan. Number 7 is age of majority. Beginning at least 1 year before the child reaches the age of majority, the IEP must include a statement that the student has been told of any rights that will transfer to him or her at the age of majority. This statement would be needed only in states that transfer right at the age of majority. So, ang IEP ay mag-include dapat ng statement na yung isang student ay sinasabing pwede nang i-transfer sa the age of majority. Age of majority is the threshold or adulthood as recognized or declared in law. In this moment, minors is considered as legal. Number 8 is measuring progress. The IEP must state how the child's progress will be measured and how parents will be informed of that progress. So, nakalagay din sa contents ng IEP kung paano nila mini-measure yung progress ng isang bata and kung paano nila ito sasabihin sa kanyang parents. Number 9 is transition service needs. Beginning when the child is age 14 or younger if appropriate, the IEP must address the courses he or she needs to take to reach his or her post goals. So, nakalagay din sa contents ng IEP kung ano yung mga courses na pwede nilang i-take para makatulong sa kanilang ma-achieve yung kanilang goals. Number 10 is special education and related services. The IEP must list special education and related services to be provided to the child. This includes supplementary aids and services that the child needs. So, nakalist din sa contents ng IEP kung ano yung mga special education and services nila na pwede nilang i-provide sa isang bata. This includes supplementary aids and other services nila. Next is the IEP team members. Each team member brings important information to the IEP meeting. Members share information and work together to write the child's individualized education program. Each person's information adds to the team's understanding of the child and what service the child needs. Lahat ng team members is very important kasi sila yung nagbibigay ng information sa IEP meeting. Number 1 is parents. Parents are key members of the IEP team. Sinabing key members kasi kilalang-kilala na nila yung kanilang anak and alam nila kung ano yung strengths and needs niya, as well as their ideas kung paano ma-enhance pa ang kanilang anak sa education. Number 2 is teacher. Teachers are vital participants in the IEP meeting as well. At least one of the child's regular education teachers must be on the IEP team if the child is or may be participating in the regular education environment. So, kahit at least one regular teacher lang nung batang may disability ang pwedeng sumali sa IEP team kung yung isang batang may disability ay nasa regular class or regular education environment. Number 3 is the child's special education teacher contributes important information and experience about how to educate children with disabilities. So, important member din ito kasi siya yung nagbibigay ng information and experience kung paano i-educate yung batang may disability. Number 4 is a person who can interpret evaluation results. The evaluation results are very useful in determining how the child is currently doing in school and what areas of need the child has. So, yung evaluation result is napaka-importante kasi dito matutukoy kung ano yung currently na ginagawa ng isang bata sa school and kung ano pa yung mga areas of need na mayroon sa kanya. Number 5 is others with knowledge or special expertise about the child. The parent or the school system can invite these individuals to participate on the team. Parents, for example, may invite an advocate who knows the child, a professional with expertise about the child and his or her disability. So, yung parents and other school staff ay pwedeng mag-invite ng ibang tao to participate the team. For example, yung parents, pwede siyang mag-invite ng ibang tao na alam niyang kilalang-kilala na yung anak niya or yung mga professional na may alam sa disability ng isang bata. Number 6 is school system representative. This person knows a great deal about special education services and educating children with disabilities. He or she can talk about the necessary school resources. So, alam ng taong ito yung tungkol sa mga special education services and kung paano i-educate yung mga batang may disabilities. Number 7 is Transition Services Agencies Representative. Whenever a purpose of meeting is to consider needed transition services, the school must invite a representative of any other agency that is likely to be responsible for providing or paying for the transition services. Last is students. The student may also be a member of IEP team. If transition service needs or transition services are going to discuss at the meeting, the student must be invited to attend. More and more students are participating in and even leading their own IEP meeting. This allows them to have a strong voice and can teach them a great deal about self-advocacy and self-determination. Who qualifies? So, sino-sino nga ba yung mga estudyante na may disability na kasali sa Individualized Education Program? Before a student can receive special education services, he or she must be evaluated for eligibility. Under IDEA, there are currently 13 categories under which child can receive these services. Number 1 is autism or autism spectrum disorder. Number 2, deaf blindness. Number 3, deafness. Number 4, emotional disturbance. Number 5, hearing impairment. Number 6, intellectual disability. Number 7, multiple disabilities. Number 8, orthopedic impairment. Number 9, other health impairment. Number 10 is specific learning disability. Number 11 is speech or language impairment. Number 12, traumatic brain injury. And number 13, visual impairment. So, yan yung mga disabilities na qualify sa Individualized Education Program. So, dito na nagtatapos ang aking report and thank you so much for listening.